alleged witness or allegedly 50 Cent's baby mother, but a lot of these IG models who get flown out to Dubai, if you see them taking these pictures and it looks all glamorous, they're in a hotel, they got a bag, they're doing this, that, and the other. If you know the details of what went on there, like I keep saying this, it makes Diddy's free golf parties look like a child's birthday. Like, it's depraved beyond what you can imagine. So if she was kind of in that lifestyle already, doing these types of things, they're just saying, like, is she really a victim? Like, she seems like a willing participant. And again, there wasn't all of the violence that you see in Cassie's relationship with Diddy, because really they were together for about 3 years on and off, and there was no violence up until she actually hit him first. Okay, they got into an argument, and then that's when things turned violent. But this was after years of them already doing these freak offs and having a relationship. So I do think they're completely different and separate relationships. And some will say, is this victim blaming? Because there's no perfect victim. Some victims are messy. Okay, even some women who are sex workers are victims. But to a jury, and especially to the public opinion, people are not having as much sympathy for her. And we already know 50 Cent is not having any sympathy, because he absolutely hates this woman and has been on her neck for years.
He's the one who I stopped putting it out.
As Diddy's neck. But I did not realize how much, or if there is any kind of beef between Kanye West and 50 Cent. Guys, it's just a mess. I'm going to have to unpack it in a separate video, because we just got to get through this recap. Now, the prosecution zeroed in on June of 2023. There's a text from Diddy to Paul, who is another male escort and a personal trainer, and it read, "I'm going to need you to persuade her." Jane testified, "I had never seen this message before," her voice cracking with shock, her hands briefly even covering her face. She explained that Diddy sent this after she texted him. That was, "I know what you want, baby, but not really in the mood for that part. Don't want to make you mad, though." Now, that was about a planned freak off or hotel night. That's how she calls it. A term used for, I'll say, those drug-fueled sex sessions with the escorts that she alleged Diddy coerced her into. Jane's tone was heavy, and there was a lot of regret.
So that's why all of that movement was going on. Situation. And they kept saying,
she read another text, and this was a reply to Paul, like I said, another freak off worker, okay?
Oh, wow.
And she said, "I'm not a robot, just a mix of tired, hungry, sleepy, sore, and exhausted." She added on that, she added this to it. "In that room, I felt like a hoe." Like, she says this and just starts crying and shaking right there on the stand, talking about being a hoe. Now, the prosecutors also asked, "Did you get any type of physical pleasure from the sex you had with these male escorts?" She said no. She didn't get any type of pleasure from it, and she actually faked having orgasms during these freak offs. The reason why she faked it? It was to make him feel comfortable and not rejected. She described a love contract, which she's brought up before. That's an informal agreement where Diddy paid her $10,000 a month rent, and it's still ongoing, guys, okay, for her testimony, as well as her lawyer's fees. But she did it in exchange for compliance. He paid that so that she could be compliant for the freak offs, because he didn't want to hear her mouth about it, which is really weird, because $10,000 a month just for rent, that's just wild to me, especially when you think about how much child support she used to get from 50 Cent, but more on that later. Jane broke down when discussing her jealousy of other women, like Gina Han, whom Diddy has dated for several decades at this point. She said, "I kept asking why I had to break my boundaries and still be treated like this." She cried, wiping tears away. Her voice was barely audible. She texted Diddy in 2023. "At least say you understand that it wasn't cool to have me just join hotel
later.
And everyone else got private jets all over the world."
I gotta go.
The jury, 8 men and 4 women, they leaned in on some parts of this testimony. Some were even jotting notes. Others were actually moved by her tears and emotion. So at this point, we don't know how the jury's going to see her. But public opinion, like I said, is mixed. A lot of people leaning heavily that she was possibly a willing participant. Again, I'm not victim blaming. I'm just giving you guys the information that's out there. Now, a central focus of the afternoon was Jane's January 2024 Las Vegas trip, which Diddy accused her of attending